then. 5 red lights to come in Canada. Lights out and away we go then. It's a good start from West, a good start from Norris too. In the foreground, it's going to be neck and neck between the two. Brits going into turn 1. Norris gets the outside line and gets the inside going to turn 2. West pulls out and just loses out off the line. Verstappen in behind though, and it's a good start from the top 2 as well. But West down to second. Norris up top in the McLaren. And well, already into turn 6 now. It's West right on the back of the gearbox of that papaya McLaren. Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri. It's going to be Russell in behind. Albon and Stroll as well in the mix. But it's all looking very, very good for Lando Norris. He needs some points. He needs some big points in his championship challenge. And well, as we come towards the hairpin, Verstappen looks to be putting on the pressure maybe on West. It's almost there. And well, a long straight now. You can see in the background, look at the Sauber in the background going down the inside of, I think it's Jack Doohan or Pierre Gasly, but all looking too easy. Lap 1 then coming to a close. Norris on the charge, and well, West following in behind with Verstappen there too. Piastri in the background looking to try and get past Lewis Hamilton, and there's the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll getting past Albon as well. Sainz in the mix too, but after lap 1, and I think Lando Norris under pressure, lock up into turn 1. West has to go a bit deep. Or go a bit shallow, sorry, he cuts the corner ever so slightly. But Max Verstappen getting, maybe having a sniff and having a look at a chance. But it was tight going into turn 1. Norris almost there. But your top 10 then. After one lap of the racetrack, Norris, West, Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Russell, Stroll, Albon, Sainz and Ocon. What a good first lap that was. Not as many overtakes as we'd hoped for Circuit Shield Villeneuve, but, well, down through the DRS zone, over the second sector, up towards turn 8, a sharp right-hander, and you flick it back for turn 9. Nice and easy though for Lando Norris, who can just about hold on in that McLaren. We know the straight line speed is Ferrari too. It's been absolutely electric so far this season, and West knows how to set up the car for a corner. Goes a little bit deep, but West now right on the back of Lando Norris and almost there once again. Here we go, down the back straight we go, DRS open for the first time in the Grand Prix. Verstappen's got it too. Hamilton in the background looking at Piastri, but we're going to hold on with the leaders. West can't quite get there enough, but Piastri in the background getting past Lewis Hamilton again. And well, holding out just about, but West now on the back of Lando Norris, pulls to the inside, going towards turn 1. West ducks it down, and Norris closes the door, pinches into the inside curve, and it's just perfect defence of Norris. West switches to the inside, gets a bit of traction, and now down towards turns 3 and 4 we go. Norris holds the outside. Side by side we go. Verstappen and Piastri also getting in the mix too. With the two Brits, the leaders, side by side all the way to turn 6. And it's not quite enough. Norris with excellent defence. And well, that is perfect defending from Lando Norris in the McLaren. Holding position. Getting a good race start. But now, the top 5 championship protagonists all there and looking to maybe fight for the lead. Towards the hairpin we go. Verstappen cut off by West, and Norris is right under pressure. Let's go right on board and look back. Lando Norris then so close to the back of West. West gonna try it, potentially to the inside, going into the final chicane, and well, this could be tight. Switches back. West looking to the outside, Death gets the move done. Perfect move from West, and that's a perfect getaway here. Ferrari now looking at Norris under pressure from Verstappen, the two-time royals from last year. Hamilton and Piastri in the background too, side by side down the straight, and side by side for the first section of corners too. Oh, not quite enough maybe for Hamilton, but Piastri's holding the inside line. Is it going to be tight? It is going to be tight. Piastri comes off the winner, and Hamilton and Hamilton and Russell, sorry, now maybe going to war again. The two former Mercedes teammates on the charge. Verstappen with DRS pulls to the left-hand side on Lando Norris and looks to maybe go around the outside of turn 8. Norris shuts the door, tries to push Verstappen off the track. This is tight between the two. Norris now side by side to the hairpin. Piastri's getting in the mix as well. Now thrown in Papaya versus Red Bull. And West gone deep into the corner. Verstappen takes the lead. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Ferrari. 4th and 5th now, but Verstappen holds out. Norris won't have DRS, so he's going to be under pressure from Oscar Piastri. Norris is going to be looking now towards the final corner, and I think there's a problem. Yellow flags. It's Lewis Hamilton. Oh, it's all happening all at once. Hamilton out of the race. He's smoking up, and this could be a big moment in his World Championship hopes for Ferrari. It's another failure of an engine for Ferrari. It happened in practice for West the other week, but now it's all over for Lewis Hamilton. And that, I don't think there's going to be a safety car here, but this could be a pivotal moment in the race for Lewis Hamilton, and West will not have the support that I think he really wants. But Verstappen, no virtual safety car, no safety car thrown. You can see on the gantry up there, no lights, so it's all to race, all to play for. But Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, West, Russell the top 5, Albon 6th, Stroll the home hero in 7th, Ocon in 8th, Hayes and Antonelli taking advantage of Hamilton's DNF and now up into the top 10. So then, will Verstappen try and break away? This could be a nice and easy fix potentially for the man looking to take the World Championship for a 5th consecutive time. Well, it hasn't been done since Michael Schumacher. 5 consecutive World Championships for Schumacher, 2000 to 2004. Every single year it was the World Championship in the Germans' hands. Verstappen looking to emulate him. Join the greats, Fangio, Hamilton, Schumacher, and 3 men who have won the World Championship 5 times. Well then, Verstappen is holding out a nice gap. It's a decent gap for Max Verstappen. Piastri and Norris following behind as we come through a lap 6, turn 8 and 9. And West is really starting to put the pressure on the 2 McLarens. You can see him in the background. He's really trying to make some progress. He's right on board with the Ferrari. The Brit joint first in the championship, and look at the braking from West. It's so late on the brakes. Almost a challenge. Here comes West looking towards Oscar Piastri, who defends the inside. And well, Piastri is a sitting duck. West goes through. And well, that will just about be that for the Australian. West back up then into the podium places. And now Lando Norris is back in his sights. Verstappen, though, still in first place. And we'll say there is no tyre advantage between these top 3. All of them on the hard tyre. West is throwing it through the corners and right up against the wall. What a scene this is. And right, the Canadian Grand Prix. It's one of the jewels of the Formula 1 calendar. Always, it's one of the best and most exciting races around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve every single year. Provides excitement and also a lot of enjoyment too. And well, some historic winners, of course, and Lewis Hamilton, his first ever win here, the first of 105 race victories, was held here in 2007. And he's also the man who's won 6 times more at this circuit. And West now close to Lando Norris, but not quite enough. And Max Verstappen has won this race 3 years in a row, and he's looking to do it for a 4th. He'd go above Nelson Piquet. West to the inside. It's a good move. And he's right down the inside of Lando Norris. It was brave, ballsy, brilliant. And well, Verstappen will now have his mirrors full of Ferrari. And the top 2 in the championship, 151 points each, will now come to blows. West is really throwing the car through. He's going to shred through those hard tyres. He's meant to go as long as he can on the hard sets and the hard compound today. Well, maybe we will see a big surprise. Well, the race wasn't held in 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID pandemic, but since 2015 it's been won by either Hamilton, Vettel or Verstappen. So Mercedes, Ferrari or a Red Bull. So if McLaren were to win here, it would be the first time since they've won this race since 2012, the year Lewis Hamilton was on the top step. And that year was also the year that he had 7 different winners in the first 7 races. And what a season that was. That was such an exciting season of Formula 1. Verstappen still keeping West at a second, and well, West is really trying to put the pressure on Verstappen. He's really throwing it through these corners. And it might just ever so slightly be an interesting moment here for Lando Norris. Norris is right on the back of West and he's ever so close. And the slipstream West with a tank slapper. Now that will open Norris up into the hairpin. Lando almost there, maybe having a look and not quite close enough. Lando Norris, but he is right on the back of the tail of West, but it's not too easy for him. DRS open now for Lando Norris, and will it be enough? West has fallen out of DRS range, you can see here, but Norris gaining slowly, not quite enough. And now, Ferrari got the Wall of Champions, and that is not a place you wouldn't want to be at all. But the Wall of Champions, famous for 1999, that in the big races, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, Jacques Villeneuve, all hitting the barrier at the same turn on the racetrack. Let's have a look further down the field then. Alex Albon in 6th place, up and high. I'm looking to get some big points for Williams here today. A nice 8 points would be big for the Williams team. It would be continuing a fantastic start to the season. Of course, Sainz, of course, last time out in Spain with his podium in 3rd. And if you're wondering where the 2nd place man is, he's in 17th for the minute from that race. Oh, Norris is getting ever closer again to West. It's that hairpin section that is really throwing off the McLaren. He can't quite get the traction or the battery deployment that he wants out of it. But Norris is getting ever closer to West, but it's just not quite enough for the young Brit. Well, Russell and Piastri into the pits. It's a very early stop for Oscar Piastri and a slow right front for McLaren. Well, that medium tyre did not want to come off, and now it's a set of hard tyres for Oscar Piastri. Sonny Hayes coming in as well for a set of medium tyres. Like for like change. Straight out and away. It's good for APX GP. They've picked up on their experience from in Formula 1. They've really worked hard over the past few seasons to get this car running and to become the new team in Formula 1. But, well, if you want to be anyone, you've got to beat the big 3. And Verstappen and West almost into the back. And I think he did get a nudge and a clip. But now, Max Verstappen under pressure from the Scala Ferrari. Is it going to be enough? West maybe looking. Verstappen blocking to the inside. West decides to go to the inside, but it's not quite enough. Forced to the outside line now. West has to cut across a bit. But Norris now will maybe have a look. We're going to look from behind. Norris looking into 2nd place he goes. West going to keep a foot in. And the contact between the two of them. And now Norris takes 2nd place. West went and risked it all against Verstappen. But it was all Norris wanted was West on the warpath. And Norris up into 2nd position. Well, West is trying one again, and Norris just shuts the door on him. Not quite to be. Well, Norris and West both vying for a first World Championship. West, of course, in a rookie season here. It is mental to think that we haven't seen someone be a rookie and lead the championship since Lewis Hamilton. To put them into perspective, and West going deep again. It is time to get these tyres off surely now for that Scarlet Ferrari car. Well, Norris is going to be under a lot of pressure now from West. Is it going to be enough? West getting ever closer. I don't think it's going to be this time. Verstappen pits from the lead of the race. Norris will take it. West's going to pit too. Russell in the background, you can see they're going in as well. But let's see how the stop is. Red Bull. Good stop from the Red Bull pit crew. I don't think Mercedes were ready. West was a bit slower at the box, but Verstappen will exit the pit lane, and I think this is going to be good enough. You can see Oscar Piastri in the background battling with Yuki Tsunoda, and well, it's not quite to be, but Verstappen is on pit exit. West tries to get ahead of the two of them, and he does. Tight, but I think Piastri not helped there by the rear diffuser of Yuki Tsunoda, and well, he is under so much pressure from that McLaren. Well, Tsunoda hasn't won since Japan. What a story it would be if Tsunoda could get a bit higher in the podium places potentially. Piastri moving to the inside. Tsunoda blocks off. That's very dangerous from Yuki Tsunoda. I understand you want to keep a position, but you've got to keep it fairly. And West is dying down the inside of car side. You can see in the foreground, and well, quite enough. But Piastri here surely has to get past. I think he will do. Is Norris going to pit? No, he doesn't pit. Albon doesn't pit. Antonelli not pitting. Verstappen, though, stays out. West signs, and there goes Oscar Piastri through and up into P7, but he's lost a lot of time. A lot of time to Yuki Tsunoda. It's played perfectly. The team tactics at Red Bull. And well, Oscar Piastri up to P6 in the Grand Prix. Let's have a look a bit further forward now. Lando Norris is going through the end of Sector 1. And is it ready to be? Jack Doohan and Lawson quite far back. Alonso also just boxing for a set of hard tyres. And Tsunoda down to 17th. What do you get for battling the front runners? Lando Norris. Currently in a realm of his own up the top. But all good things must come to an end. We're going to see potentially this lap, and I'm hoping it'll be this lap for Norris' sake, that he will pit, because that undercut here can be quite lethal, as we've just seen Piastri do. Even though he had a slow stop, he would have been out ahead of Verstappen, out ahead of West, and it would have changed the entire script of this race. Well, Lando Norris, nice and easy on those hard tyres. Well, Verstappen jumps Albon as Albon pits. We're going to see how he does here. Medium sets for the Williams team. James Vowles nods on in approval. Good stop from the Williams boys, and that's going to be a big jump forward for Alex Albon. He's up to 9th, and well, it'll be a big foot race from Esteban Ocon. I think he's got ahead. Nice stuff from the Thai driver, Alex Albon, up to 8th position in the Williams. And well, this is where Verstappen stands. If it finishes like this today, Norris does win the race. Verstappen and West 2nd and 3rd. It will be Verstappen taking the lead of the championship going into the next race in Austria. Of course, we come back to Europe and take Austria on. We take Silverstone on. Spa-Francorchamps, the jewel of the Formula 1 calendar, leaving us next year. But Norris in for the pits now. And well, it's a slow left front. You can see it's a slow left front. Verstappen blitzes his way through, but Norris has opted for soft tyres. Soft tyres for Lando Norris is a bit of a weird one. And well, West is going to go through too. Piastri, his teammate, goes through. Well, that'll be team orders then for the two of them, and Norris does get through on Piastri. So, strategy then for Lando Norris. Is that going to be then Lando Norris on a soft tyre, putting in fastest laps, as many as he can, to maybe get a good stint and try and win this race? Well, Lance Stroll going up to 6th, by the way, in Aston Martin. He's having a brilliant day, Lance. Well, one that is home Grand Prix will make him extremely proud. Piastri 1.8 behind and not quite in DRS range. We'll have a look a bit forward. There's Weston Verstappen. We'll look a bit further down the field now. There's Lance Stroll and Albon going wheel to wheel potentially. Here comes Alex Albon. All the power in the world, but not quite enough power to try and get past Lance Stroll. We'll have another go, maybe into turn 1. Albon trying it. Albon looking to the inside, and Stroll just about blocks off. Antonelli in the background too, maybe having a go. Oh well, look at these two, Hayes and Pierce. Will it be end in tears? Not quite enough. Or Joshua Pierce in his own rookie season of Formula 1. It's a big decision Ruben Cervantes has. Develop a car that could be absolutely legendary. Well, there are drivers here that would probably love to be in Formula 1. And many might be eyeing those 2 seats at the end of the season of Hayes and Pierce's. Well, Alex Albon wanting to put the pressure on. West is ahead, and I think he's getting even closer to Max Verstappen. We'll hold on with Albon here just for a little bit. Alex Albon getting ever closer. Antonelli in the background on knock on 2, not quite enough. But we'll move all the way forward now. West. It's 1 second in. Well, we're in the 1 second window, sorry. To Max Verstappen. Well, will this be a moment that will decide the race and maybe the championship standings at the end of the day too? West is really throwing the car in. He really wants this. I think he's struggling just a little bit, just a slight bit. Going through that last corner. And well, if you're wondering, the 2 kick Saubers are down in 20th and 21st, and then you've got Lewis Hamilton, of course. If you skipped ahead, then welcome. You've missed quite a bit of the race so far, probably some of the best bits. If you are enjoying, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It means a great deal to the channel and means you're enjoying the F1 Fantasy Series at the exact same time. But Albon and Stroll going at it again. Will it be this time for Lance Stroll to let Alex Albon through? No, he's not going to let him through this time. Not without a fight. And I think Stroll would be very happy with that one. And well, Verstappen still out front. 1st place for him. 2nd West. 3rd Norris. 4th Piastri. Russell in 5th. Stroll and Albon here, 6th and 7th. Ocon, Antonelli and Hayes round off the top 10. And Tsunoda is weirdly playing about with Hayes and Pierce. Well, those Apex GPs are a Red Bull sandwich, with signs being like the melted cheese on the top of the sandwich. Well, through the hairpin we go, and Yuki Tsunoda will now be right on the back of Sonny Hayes. We're going to ride on board with him. Tsunoda getting ever closer, and Hayes is passed by Yuki Tsunoda. It's a perfect move by the Japanese driver, but Hayes will have it back again. And Tsunoda also has DRS, sorry. And, well, interestingly, Tsunoda holds position. At the front then, 20 laps down, 15 to go. Lando Norris is starting to maybe catch on these soft tyres. And West is slowly, ever so slowly, falling back against Verstappen. Maybe he knows something that we don't. Maybe Ferrari are trying to tease. And Lando Norris shooting up through the field, and well, he's looking to try and challenge these two at the top of the championship, but he really needs to get back in the game. If he can get 25 points here today, it would be a huge moment in the championship. For not only him, but for McLaren too. West is really throwing this car about, trying to gain as much time as he can. And look at how much curb he uses going through the corner. Yeah, another big curb use from West, and now put the power down. Norris though is really trying to put the pressure on now. DRS open, Norris all the way to turn 8, and not quite enough. But West is slowly, ever so slowly, becoming under pressure from Lando Norris. And it's getting even closer and closer and closer between the two Brits once again in this race. I don't think they've been apart all race long, apart from the pit stops. But Norris now pulls to the left hand side and will go straight now for Max Verstappen. West though looking to maybe try and get that move back. He knows that he's got DRS as he comes back down the backstretch. He doesn't this time. Okay, interesting. So West then following closely on Lando Norris and potentially looking for a race win. Max Verstappen, they all still have to stop again, remember, all still have to stop again. These tyres are not going to last. But I think McLaren have made a very sensible deal. To Lando Norris. And for Oscar Piastri, if you're wondering, he's on the medium tyre, sorry. But now then, West, oh what a huge tank slapper that was from West. And well, Sonny Hayes dropping down the field, and I think that is for a pit stop. It is for a pit stop. Our tyres to the end of the Grand Prix now for the American. Well, with news of Cadillac joining the grid next year, you're going to have 24 teams on the Formula One calendar. The excitement of potential. Oh, West snappy at the back of there again. I think it might be time to. Does he really rip through those medium tyres, and is it time to bin them off and maybe go for something more exciting? Oscar Piastri into the pits again. Better stop this time from McLaren for some medium sets. Is that hard or medium set? Looks like the hard tyre again for Oscar Piastri. Stroll and Albon once again going at it. Stick around with these two. But prepare for another round of stops. It's looking like it's going to be all that Verstappen and West need, and Norris too. It's a good pit stop, but who blinks first? Get the undercut, you could be here forever. And it could be all yours. But here come the leading three. Out of the hairpin we go, down the backstretch we come. Verstappen 2 seconds ahead of Norris, and now is it maybe time for these three drivers to do battle? 1.3 behind for West, and now he's got to come off those tyres at some point. They're absolutely shot. You can just see they're absolutely shot in the foreground. And well, he's got to come in at some point. Surely, if he keeps it up this lap, it's surely going to be another time for another pit stop. And Norris, in the meantime, has got to get those softs off. So will Norris go first? Verstappen up ahead, 2 seconds you can see. And well, Stroll up to 5th. This is an incredible result for the Aston Martin, and could be some extremely good points on the board. for the Aston Martin team. And well, this could be a really good finish to this race. It is Verstappen on the hard tyres still, so he's got to make a switch. Will it be mediums? Will it be soft? Norris has got the choice. He can either go to the medium or he can go to the hard or go for another set of softs. West though, and that is Lando Norris into the pits, and West is going to follow him in. So, is the undercut going to work in the Brits' favour? Here we go then. Is it going to be a good stop for Norris? Medium tyres, good stop. West, is it going to be the exact same? You can see the dirt from where that car has been going through. All the drama and all the interesting bits so far. Norris though on pit exit and will be fighting Lance Stroll. Just gets out ahead and he's got free road to try and get a gap down if he can against Max Verstappen. Stroll in between West, and West will have all the work to do to try and get past him on fresh medium tyres. So then, Russell into second place on the hard tyre. He's gone a bit longer into this race, so I'm expecting he will have to stop again too. He can't really do a one-stop in this sort of race. It is going to be a two-stop. Verstappen, though, is he going to box? This is the key question for Max Verstappen now. Is it going to be a box? He does box. So, Max Verstappen into the pits. Norris is just coming off the last corner. So, is it going to be Verstappen or Norris at the pit exit? Is it going to be a good stop for Red Bull, though? Medium tyres for Verstappen. Out he goes. Good stop from the Red Bull pit crew. Norris, though, coming across the line. Verstappen's not even at the pit exit line yet. Lando Norris is going to take the lead of the race, surely, as he goes towards turn 1. Verstappen's out of the pit lane, but Norris, is it going to be tight? It's going to be extremely tight between the two. Norris does get out ahead and back in first position again. Brilliant strategy from McLaren, where Verstappen has been trumped, and this is not what we usually expected to see, but West is also in the background with third place. That not coming up behind Stroll really didn't help him, but now Max Verstappen has got a chance to put on. So mediums for Norris, mediums for Verstappen, mediums for West too. It's going to be who has the best car all the way to the finish, and a bit of luck in there as well. But it's going to be a freeway fight all the way to the checkered flag. At the end of this lap, we'll have 9 laps to go. But Norris, Verstappen though, is looking a little bit dangerous. Pulls to the inside, can't quite make it. Norris with a good block. But now Verstappen's going to be all over the back of Norris going into this last DRS zone. Across the main straight we go. Verstappen on the gearbox of Lando Norris. Look to the inside. Norris wiser to it. West almost there. And he is getting ever closer to the back of that McLaren. Russell Antonelli, I think he's boxing. He is boxing. He's falling down the order. But Stroll up down to 7th now after some stops. And well, it is this front three that we are keeping an eye on, because it means so much for the World Championship too. Momentum going into Austria for Max Verstappen would be huge. It's technically a home race for him. The amount of fans that cross the border into Austria to come and watch one of the greatest stars in Formula One's modern era come to play. But Verstappen is really going to be giving it his all as he goes down the back straight now. Is it going to be enough for Lando Norris to hold on? Verstappen getting closer and closer and closer, under braking maybe even more close. That's got a bit closer this time. Verstappen though, DRS open again, and it's not going to be close enough this time to get up and close and personal with Lando Norris. West though looking towards the outside, is got to find a way through eventually for these two. One of them will try and put a move up the inside at some point, but West is really trying to chase Verstappen now. A lot of curb being thrown up by West here. And now another DRS zone to prove his worth. West trying it on Verstappen, looking towards the outside, and I think he goes a bit deep, he does. It's not the move that he wanted. Slows down and lets him back past, but Max Verstappen keeps second position, but that has really helped out Lando Norris. That's not helped West at all. And well, Max Verstappen was going to be under pressure again. West is really going to have a go and maybe try it here. Pulls to the left-hand side. West trying it again to the outside. West almost touching the wall. Verstappen's trying to force him there, but West holds the outside line and gets it done. A perfect move again. And well, Verstappen down to third. West will lead the championship as it stands as we go to Austria. And Lando Norris, 2.3 seconds ahead now. Is it a bit too little too late for Ferrari and for Red Bull to get a move done? Let's have a look down the order then. Albon and Stroll. The Williams and the Aston Martin going at it, and it will be big championship points each against these two midfield teams in the Constructors' Championship. It could be the difference between millions in the prize money as well. Contract bonuses for the teams. It's such a big part of Formula One, and something that every team wants to fight for. Alex Albon though under pressure now from Lance Stroll, but it won't get the move done here. It's probably so close, Lance Stroll. You can't imagine he won't get sixth place here. Towards the end, Albon with a lock up. You can see the front right tyre, they're just completely seized up. And now Lance Stroll will be in a peak position to try and overtake Alex Albon. Down the back straight we go. Stroll pulled to the inside. Lance Stroll covers the inside. Albon covers the inside, sorry. But Stroll doesn't get through. It's not quite enough for Lance Stroll. But Williams are holding on to 6th place in the race. Oh well, these two are still battling it out. They could be here for hours if they tried. If they had enough fuel, they could keep going and keep going and keep going. They do. Verstappen pulls to the left-hand side again. West blocks him off. And does go a bit deep. And now Verstappen's going to have to maybe try and get this move done towards the hairpin. West and Verstappen. Right. Well, they are nose to tail. This is... Well, and Norris, I think, is just about streaked away, and that should be that. But here comes Verstappen. Down the back straight we go and through. Well, that should be that. I think Verstappen has called it a day. He's pulled back to 1.6 seconds. The Piastri 2.7 behind. You might as well just hold on and see what happens in the rest of this race. Oscar Piastri he's third in the championship at the moment. He will jump above Lewis Hamilton today with this result. And well, it's Norris will jump above Lewis Hamilton, sorry, with today's result. Piastri will keep his third position. I had the wrong McLaren driver on my sheet here. And well, further down the order then. Well, I'd say it's been a mixed day for Ferrari. Despite West getting the pole and losing the lead off the line to Norris, it's been an excellent race so far. Well, there will be 4 laps to go. Well, Lando Norris leads the Canadian Grand Prix. 2 seconds separate Lando Norris and Elliott West in second place. Verstappen 3 seconds behind, nearly in third. And Piastri 2.5 behind him. And so, is it going to be Norris with his first race win this season? 3 retirements. Australia, China. And well, last time out in Spain too. West is really wrestling this car and wrestling those medium tyres too. Is it going to be a magic moment then for Lando Norris. This could be a big pivotal moment in his World Championship hopes too. Of course, we're now at round number 10 in the championship, but it might not be for long, of course. Verstappen will not extend a championship lead, but West will jump 3 points ahead in the championship tonight. And we get the plane out of Montreal later. Verstappen will have a lot of home support next time out in Austria. And we leave the North American continent until 8 races time when we go to the United States and Mexico, and we also go to Las Vegas too in December. You don't want to miss that. It's a cagey from Lando Norris, to say the least. Just hold on to the race win. 2 laps to go at the line. West is closing up and getting in within DRS range now of Lando Norris. He won't have it here, but he's getting closer. Lando may be feeling the pressure ever so slightly. And Verstappen, well, West is trying to put in, I think, qualifying lap after qualifying lap to try and get this race over the line in his favour. Norris crosses the line to start lap 34, the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. Papaya McLaren knows he's got to push every inch of the way. What a shot that is in the back of the car. Right by the diffuser. West getting even closer to Lando. Well, it all depends if he's got the battery. He's used quite a lot of it. West coming up to the back of him. It would be a surprise if he didn't drop off at this moment in the race. And Norris is commonplace for mistakes. He's not had the best of fortunes when leading a race. Russia 2021, of course, in the wet, when the changeable conditions came and threw the race into jeopardy. West to the inside, pulls to the right hand side with DRS open, side by side down the back straight, and Norris just about holds out. It's not over yet. Coming across the line to start the final lap. It's going to be a 2-horse race all the way to the checkered flag. Norris keeping position very, very nicely. West looking really close to the back and dirty air, causing him to slide all over the place. But West and Norris are going to be flying through the next section of corners, nose to tail. And West trying it and trying it. Well, the last time a McLaren won here was 2012. And tonight, Lando Norris is going to retread the boards of Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button as McLaren race winners here. If you can just hold on for one more straight, deep as you can go. And now, West will have DRS. Coming up to the last corner. He wouldn't, would he? He wouldn't snatch it at the death. But Lando Norris, using all the battery power he's got available to him, it looks like he's going to hold out. And this is going to be a perfect day for Lando Norris. It's going to be a victory in Canada. McLaren on top of the podium again. And what a brilliant, brilliant day that is for McLaren. And what a day it is for Lando Norris. West in second, Verstappen in third. That's it. Lando's your winner here in Canada. A perfect day then for Lando Norris and McLaren. What a day, and a first win for the season for the Brit. He's on the top step of the podium for the first time. Title rivals West and Verstappen, both in second and third respectively. Well, what a day for Norris, and one that really brings him back in the championship hunt. Piastri in 4th, Russell in 5th, Albon 6th, Stroll in 7th on his home race appearance, Antonelli, Ocon and Tsunoda round out the top 10. A brilliant day for Haas, Aston Martin especially, and Williams too, picking up some big points in their championship midfield battle. Looking at the Drivers' Championship then, West then takes the lead, 169 points with Verstappen on 166, 3 points going to the next round in Austria. Piastri 145, Hamilton no points picked up today due to a DNF, but it could all change when we next go to Austria.